Hey YouTube land, Tycanders there doing another action figure multi-review. Just before I proceed, I just need to say that these reviews are intended for collectors over the age of 13 plus, and if do so, please ask permission from a parent or guardian to watch anything that you need to. Just abide by the FTC and COPA rules. So today I'm reviewing 3 figures from the Motu WWE line. So kind of sticking with the Masters of the Universe, but this is the wrestling version, the WWE, the Worldwide Wrestling Entertainment or industry, formerly known as the WWF, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. So these are a couple of classic characters and newer characters, as in like newer wrestlers. Classic character is the only classic character I have the box for. The other two I got loose from a buddy on Facebook. But the one I got carded was Macho Man, Randy Savage. So this is the only one I have carded. So I will bring in his card. Now I don't have the inner packaging, or the packaging that the figure would have been put on, and the bubble got a bit crushed when it got to me. One thing of note, he is missing an accessory and he came without it. So highly articulated for power posing is on the front. You have his name up the top. You have the classic style WWF kind of styled logo from back in the 80s to 90s before they changed to the WWE. This is kind of how the old logo used to look, even though it's done in the Masters of the Universe style. I remember kind of having that. You have an image of artwork. If I just pop it the right way around, and just might as well bend the card because I'm not going to be keeping it. So you have an official licensed product sticker up on top. You have an image of Macho Man smashing through, I think it's a doorway, or it's just smashing through a wall and hitting the faker John Cena at the same time. And then shows other figures other figures available, which I've done reviews of. So you got Rey Mysterio, Roman Reigns, and faker John Cena. And then you have options of what you can do with Macho Man. So he has twist into powerful battle positions and switch emblems and reveal battle damage. So the way he's done is he's pretty much a homage to Battle Armor, Skeletor, and He-Man. I'll get into that in a second. And he does, just like the other figures in the wave, come with a little mini comic. It's a one panel comic, and it just shows that artwork again of him smashing through the front. It has a bio for him. So he's 6'2", weighs 237 pounds, overpowering intensity, cat-like reflexes, conjurer of macho madness. Foreign objects, the macho mace, and the bandana helmet. Now, unfortunately, the bandana helmet is the piece that wasn't included with my figure. I have seen reports that some of the Masters of the Universe figures, the Macho Man figures, were packed without these, and it just so happens that the one that I got was minus it. I didn't even notice it on the listing that it was missing. I think they used the stock image of the figure, so it wasn't the actual one I got. So, and then on the back of it, you have collect them all and all that wave again. So without further ado, let's bring in the Macho Man. So there he is in all his macho glory. Now this is the first of 2 Macho Man figures. The next one that they've released is a later version, and he's done with kind of almost all black deco, and he has sort of horde symbology on him. So this is kind of like good version of Macho Man and evil version of Macho Man, if you wanted to take it that way. You can see where the bandana would be on his head, the bandana helmet. Unfortunately, mine doesn't have it, and it is a removable piece, so it looks like they forgot to pack it when he was being packaged. He does have the Macho Man trademark shades on. He has the purple Macho Man t-shirt well, a homage to his kind of purple t-shirt that he would normally wear. Now this is a separate plastic piece, so it can be removable. It is a bit of a pain to remove, but the idea behind it is when you remove it, you have these panels at the front. Now instead of rotating around like normal, like the normal battle armor ones, there's actually a clip-in piece, so you'd actually push it out and you clip it in, mainly because this is a reuse of the torso. I think that came with the battle armor Skeletor and He-Man from the classics line, or it uses the same ideology where instead of having the action feature, you just have panels that you replace with the battle damage. I didn't pick up the battle armor He-Man from classics. I do have a battle armor Skeletor from classics, but the one that I got was one of the kind of Chinese resellers, and he only came with the one panel, so he never had the full gear. He has Man-at-Arms style shin guards. He's basically a mashup of battle armor He-Man and Man-at-Arms. You can even tell by the mace. The mace is Man-at-Arms mace from the classics line, and the knee pads are pretty much Man-at-Arms knee pads from classics. They didn't use the Origins or the vintage style ones. They went with the kind of more detailed classic style weaponry and armor, and you'll see that a lot with the other figures that I'm reviewing. So it has all the same articulation as a standard Masters of the Universe classic, so the arms can rotate and go out that much. Single joint at the elbow with the swivel in the wrist and the hinge at the wrist. Head is on a ball joint. It is designed to pop off, to make the armor, popping the armor off easier, and you can swap, mix and match these with other figures. The arms pop out at the socket. You can see the standard Masters of the Universe book in behind that. The waist pops off. It has a waist swivel. His legs can go out that much. He's forward and back, and you have a joint at the knee and a swivel at the knee, and then you have a swivel at the boot cut and hinge rocker ankles at the ankle. Now, if you wanted to, you can remove all these gear and just have him as a plain wrestler, because he has the Macho Man trunks on, and he has kind of fairly plain wrestling shorts. So the arm or piece just clips on with a little clip. So I'll try and do this on screen if I can. Unlike some of the other figures, he doesn't have the armored gauntlets, so he looks knocking stuff over. He looks a bit better when you take the gear off. So let me see if I can take this off. I would worry about this armor piece snapping over time because it's a kind of rigid plastic. So, and you can see just here is how you're supposed to pop these out. It's very tough to do so without heating it up first, so I won't be doing that on screen, unfortunately. But if you wanted just a basic Macho Man wrestler, you can have him looking like he's a classic wrestling self. So, and as you can see, he has a kind of standard 9-pack. It definitely looks more than a 6-pack anyway, of Masters of the Universe body. And he has the wrestling boots, and he's pretty cool. And he even has deco on the boots. He has the stars going down the side on both sides, and he's not bad. So the other figure I'm reviewing is the Undertaker, or the Dead Man Walking. Unfortunately, I don't remember getting the comics, impacting comics with these. I thought the guy who bought them off said he was going to send them. I can't remember if he did or not, because I can't locate them. He may have done, and I just might have misplaced them. But overall, he's a really cool figure. Again, utilizing the same just standard Masters of the Universe book. He has, instead of wearing just trunks, he has the full painted legs. So his legs are cast in black plastic to simulate that he's wearing kind of leggings or trousers. He has symbols on his legs on both sides. He has this cool kind of bone motif going on. His head isn't the best when the armor is on. It tends to pop off quite easily. His beard is sculpted as part of the head sculpt. It is just painted, but it's a very solid thing. So when you're turning the head, it does tend to get in the way of the armor. Thankfully, the armor is removable. So if I just pop that off, and you get a good look at how the body looks. He is designed to homage Scareglow. Now, unfortunately, my light area isn't dark enough for him to show off the glowing effect, and even if I cover the head or any of the parts, I don't think he will glow that well. He does have the more standard Master of the Universe style arms with the gauntlets, the kind of metal gauntlets. He has armbands that do kind of hinder the arm mobility a tiny bit. He has the same articulation, waist, head. As I said, the head is a lot easier to rotate when he doesn't have the armor on. The armor does get in the way a bit. And speaking of the armor, you may notice, is a version of Triclops' armor. So it has like little daggers on the back. This is actually a version of the classics, Master of the Universe Classics Triclops, not the vintage one. So it has like extra detailing on the front, aforementioned little daggers that aren't removable. He has a space for the other dagger, but he does come with one accessory, which is the halberd that came with Scareglow. It's the same halberd, just done in a purple that matches the kind of purple paint on the torso and on the deco. And he's pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, he's one of the few that you can't really make into a standard wrestler because of his gimmick. You'd have to repaint the entire thing. I'm going to see if I can pop him in behind here and turn off my light and see if that just makes it dark enough for him to... Oops, sorry. Yeah, it's not dark enough that you can't really see him glow, unfortunately, so I'll just turn the light back on. It's still too bright in here for him to do his glow feature, but you can see his head and torso should glow. He's not fully fully glowing or has the full glow ability that Scareglow does, because Scareglow also has glowing legs down as far as the boots, so he is a bit different in that respect. He also has a grip hand on both hands, just like Macho Man does. So you can put his weapon into either hand, or you can have him holding it two-handed, which is pretty sweet. I do prefer him without the armor on, because he gets, as I said, he gets that range of movement with the head. But when it is on, it does get his hair, because it's sculpted so big, and the beard, because it's so solid, gets in the way of that armor piece. So there is that. And I'll just have him standing in Castle Grayskull. And the final figure I'm going to review, again, he has the same articulation as everyone else. I just move Macho out of the way, and gear is Seth Rollins. I know he's probably one of the more modern wrestlers. I'm not too familiar with his MO. He could be the, I know the wrestling stories kind of tend to go good guys, bad guys kind of thing, or villain kind of style wrestlers. To me, the deco he has on kind of suggests that he's kind of supposed to be kind of a villain archetype of the wrestling of his character. I know some of them flip every so often. So like there was it Hulk Hogan used to be kind of like a good guy, and then there was Hollywood Hogan when he went kind of rogue and stuff like that. So I know kind of various backstories from buddies of mine who followed wrestling. But overall, he's again a standard wrestling book. He has the same legs and bottom half that Undertaker does. He has different boots though. His boots don't have the laces going up the front. He has this kind of cool bronze, almost gold decoing going on. Now the only thing over time is I could see that being rubbed off with, with play and stuff like that. He actually was wearing the Zodak armor, and it's painted almost looks like the Wonder Bread He-Man style armor. It has that cool bronze kind of coloring, copper bronze in the paneling, which is really nice. It is the classics version. Now on this guy, and I think most people's version of him, this is actually glued in place, so it's not removable like the others. So if you wanted to have him looking like a standard, you know, just wrestler without the gear, you will have to break the glue. You'd probably have to heat it up in some hot water, break the glue so you can open up the clasps. There should be clasps that hold it in place, but they're glued. So I'd say that's the only way of doing it. Again, same articulation, arms, the whole shebang. Head is removable. His skin tone, if I just bring Macho Man in, is actually different to Macho Man's. So like you do have that going on in the line. Even with the mix and match options, you can see, if I just bring in another wrestler that I have just nearby, I have Jake the Snake. You can see his skin tones kind of match that better than Macho's. I have done a review for Jake the Snake. Yeah, he also has the same gimmick as Macho Man with the body armor, but he doesn't actually have extra panels with the damage on it. And the one accessory that Seth comes with, I just get back into shot, is this cool flaming sword. Unfortunately the handle isn't painted, so the whole thing is in translucent orange. It would be nice if they painted the handle silver or black or something, just so the sword looked different. But overall it is a really cool figure. He's, as I said, basic standard articulation, and he looks pretty sweet altogether. So there you go, guys. There's a quick video review for Undertaker, Macho Man, and Seth. Hope you enjoyed this video review, and please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channels. Cheers, guys.